Andre, if I had to make a guess, I would think that you assume Zerg is the strongest race. That's just assumption. Once again, I had my best people on it, man. I called Slasher. I consulted Scoots. I even called in on Live on 3 and asked Wheat. But the final results are in. I think you like to complain about Zerg.
Are you calling me biased? Honestly, I never, ever thought like this. But now that I play Protoss, like, you don't understand. Like, it's so different. I played Zerg for a while, played Terran for a while. Now I'm playing Protoss. And Todd, I mean, if you're watching right now, Todd, I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Oh, I bet you'll feel him after you marry him. That's pretty much it.
Well played. Well played, Frodan. All right, I'm done. You can introduce the players.
People who've been watching since the beginning of the broadcast will understand our progression of how it escalated to that. If you're just tuning in, you'd be like, wow,
I need to get a burn heal right now at the Pokemon Center because that was harsh. Okay?
Oh,
you didn't just ember me. You fire spinned me into the burn.
Guys, this is a Metropolis, a map where safe play is very easy to pull off. I'm very confused why Mana picked this map as opposed to Sortof. Do you have any insights? Does he want an Immortal push on this map?
Maybe, yeah. Immortal pushes are great. Exceptionally good. Sentry Harass is really good on this map.
Sentry Drop is great too.
Yeah.
So, is that what you meant by Sentry Harass? Yeah. Oh, I wasn't sure if you meant just run 2 sentries up to the
I'm gonna get you!
Hallucinate a Colossus and then sneak by.
It takes 1 minute and 15 seconds for sentries to actually traverse this map. They're like, I'm gonna get him! Get to the front of the door, 4 Zerglings are there. You're like, oh, dang it.
Who knows, man?
I know, man. Anyway,
well, it'd be really funny, man. If you get research hallucinate and then you like hallucinate a couple zealots to draw their attention away and you sneak behind and start killing probes.
Sentry run by us. That's the new metagame, guys. Look out now. Pretty standard play coming out from both these players. Trying to do a 15 hatch in the beginning stages. Sortof was denied. He had to get the spawning pool because the probe made its way into the base at the perfect time. I can expect pretty standard play coming out from this match. I don't really expect anything too crazy.
The only thing I can ever consider crazy now is an Archon drop. Because everything has been put into a War Prism by now. Like a Zealot has been put in, Sentries have been put in for a while. Seed started doing Stalker drops a few months ago. Of course, everyone knows about Storm drops, Dark Templar drops,
feedback
Immortal drops.
Even. It's changed
or even feedback drops.
Yeah.
But no one has yet done an Archon drop. Even Puck or Leah has done Colossus drop. Is there going to be an Archon drop one day,
Did you know, actually, that Archon drops were like the standard in StarCraft 1?
Really?
Yeah, like everybody.
You just shuttle an Archon in.
Do you know why? Because there's no fungal growth. That's why.
I should have known you were going to relay something back to Infestor. I don't think Archon drops are that cost efficient. Although I guess
they used to be, Frodan. They used to be. Where's Todd right now? He needs to come to the studio.
Well, he's actually not too far.
I know.
Just a few minutes away. Well, Mana, a guy that doesn't necessarily do the craziest things, but he does have some nice Archon charge timings if he wants to do. Some people are really experimenting. I know Day 9 for a while really wanted to push that kind of style onto the scene because anything that relates to masked zealots usually means masked gateways. And we've been seeing Protoss really flirt with the idea of maxing out really quick on hard-hitting, hard-tanking units like zealots, so that way the strong AoE and the strong backbones like Immortals and Colossus and Archons can do great damage. I talked to you about this a lot, Andre, about going that kind of style. I don't think it's that good on Metropolis, though.
What is it? I'm sorry.
The style I told you about, like going for a charge 3 base attack?
I don't either. Just the distance you're too far away allows your opponent to really...
He can flank you so easily.
Unless you're playing against Demaga. That's like the only reason why you would do it, in my opinion. Yeah. Just anything by ground is going to be really difficult. Even Colossus, I mean, any 2-3 base aggression is going to be really, really difficult. You can do aggression to deny 4th bases. I think that's fine. But as Zerg, you're not really worried about any, you know, I guess pushes that are before 15 minutes. I don't think you have to worry about anything like that.
Well, that's not necessarily completely true. You're right in the conventional sense. Some protesters are thinking outside the box, though. That's where I really like watching Creator play. Creator, it just seems like he has this general rule of pushing when Zergs are uncomfortable. I used to think that he used to push along with like his +3, or I used to think he pushed when he had like this many amount of supply. As you can see, sort of kind of poking in here, gets one's Zergling barely inside.
Wow.
Sees everything. And it looks like it will be a Sentry Immortal push, by the way. But it seems like Creator pushes whenever Zerg seems to be least prepared. And that's based off his initial Observer Scout. Because a few nights ago, he made a 13-minute push when he was like halfway done with +2, and Zerg was like in the middle of getting +2/+2. It was so weird. Like he didn't even look like he was very prepared. He had like 7 Stalkers, like a Colossus, 2 Immortals, and like 5 Sentries. And like a lot of Zealots, but he pushed. And he managed to kill Zerg, and it was really cool. So I think eventually that kind of style will catch up. Because if you think about it, that was kind of the progression of the metagame, was it not? Like, for a while, like, Zergs were very comfortable with 3-gate expand, but then Protoss would go 1-gate expand into 5-gate pressure, 6-gate pressure, and then hit at a weird timing. And then ever since then, it's been evolving. So I think that's kind of like the new, weird, awkward timing that Zergs have to get comfortable with.
I 100% agree with you. I think it definitely is a style that works right now, but as Zergs tend to, you know, learn, they're just going to absolutely crush it. And that's why I feel like it shouldn't work. Pre-15-minute times, theoretically, in my mind, do not work on this map. But it can work just because of, as you said, finding holes in your opponent's builds, and obviously really punishing your opponent for doing that. Still, we're going to see Sortof. Yeah, I mean, Sortof is the one that's actually going to be pressing out right now. He's going to try to deny a 3rd base. This is coming down to 10 minutes. This is probably the safest 3 base that you could possibly do. Technically, I don't think Mana should lose to this, ever. Like, this is super, super safe. He's even putting up cannons at his 3rd just to help out, tank a lot of damage. We're going to see, though, I think this SimCity might actually come to hurt him quite substantially, because look at how he has to file in 1 by 1.
Yeah, it's kind of tough because he can't go all at once, but he does trap a lot of the Roaches.
Yeah,
nice.
Oh,
but the Zergling's pressuring off, and the Mortals are not concentrating their fire. The valuable time that the Sentries bought is not as effective, sort of pushing in and trying to take out a lot of valuable units. He did manage to cripple the Sentry count by half.
But you can see Mana, I mean, he's so comprehensive in his defense. 5 gateways, a single robo. I mean, 5 gateways the same as 4 gateways, basically. It's not that big of a difference when you're going defense mode.
Yeah.
And you can see, I mean, that's a very clear defense. The problem, Frodan, is look at the tech. It's on Blink Stalker tech. Right now, there needs to be a pretty fast push. The tech is just way too far behind. You can't actually stay, even with a Zerg, if you haven't gotten some sort of AoE, whether it be Twilight Council, not Twilight Council, High Templar tech, whether it be Colossus. You need something like that on the field. Oh, also Archons, of course. And he has none of that. So that means he needs to push out before Infestors just amass and take over the game. The problem, 7 Infestors out in the way right now. 7 Infestors is able to crush this type of push. Yes, Blink Stalkers are going to be really powerful, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Sort of in a great position to actually hold this off.
Remember once upon a time, the fungal didn't work, or you could still blink if you were fungal.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind if that change came back.
Really? I feel like that. I don't know. Maybe it's hard to tell, especially since fungal's already changing to the point where he caught all the Immortals. One kind of glad he got a little bit late, but Mana does manage to blink away. Now his Observer's in a nice spot to prevent any more high ground fungals, but Mana spread very thin. The War Prism coming in. Mana doesn't look like he has lots of supplies. Zerglings are able to buy lots of time for the Roaches and Vestors to get there, or Vesterans rather, to be able to do a lot of damage. Mana trying to push at that interesting time around 13 minutes where +3 is about halfway done, but he doesn't have a lot of units. He doesn't have a lot of force fields. Mortals are still doing great amount of damage, but overall the pack of the punch of this push has been really thwarted. This is not going to be able to go on much longer.
Nope. I mean, every single fungal actually eliminates a couple of Stalkers in there. Now another round of Zerglings coming in here. He's going to take out that Immortal, no problem. And let's be honest, the star count just isn't high enough to be able to deal with this army. With Fungals coming in every so often, you're always going to get guaranteed Stalker kills. That means you're not going to be able to get that critical mass.
Oh, GG. Sortof takes game number 2. Jumps out the gate. 2-0 lead. Only one game away from securing a round of 16. This guy's story, man, is something to behold. But
sort
of course,
awesome.
it's sort of good. Nice, Andre. I liked your joke. Let's hold together. Clutch, what did you think of that game?
Echoing what Andre was saying about having to have AoE was so crucial, be it Storms, be it Colossi, because the amount of Zerglings that a Zerg player can pop in that moment to resupply his army to do significant damage against Stalkers and those Immortals, especially when they're fungled, that's going to be game over. So it's crucial to have that kind of tech, as you mentioned. Also, Mana had 9 force fields at one time to defend that base against that push of the Zerg, and to be frank, that's a lot of force fields. He was able to hold it. But Andre, asking as somebody that wants to get better at this game, is there anything that Mana could have done differently in the final seconds? Should he have waited before pushing out, or was it just kind of doomed to fail?
It was kind of weird because Mana looked like he was wanting to do some sort of 2-base aggression, but just didn't have everything together. He went 5 gateways and a robo, and then he expands, but then pressures right behind that. He was trying to mind game his opponent, in my opinion.
I wasn't sure if he was going to cancel the 3rd and push, because
yeah,
he had 7 gates.
That's what he could have done. He could have actually just canceled completely, especially going robo and then Twilight Council. I think he did everything he wanted to accomplish. He even got that trade, which to him was awesome. Yes, he spent a lot of force fields, but when it comes down to it, his real power is going to be the Blink Stalkers. The problem was, I think he was expecting sort of to really apply tons of pressure to that 3rd base. He didn't. He took a 4th base and macroed. And once you do that, you're actually enabled to go Roach Infestor instead of Zergling Infestor. It was just the luck of the draw, I think. If sort of chose to stay on 3 base a little bit longer, put a lot more pressure, I think Mana would have had a very big success on that map.
Well, Sortof was able to accomplish a victory there. If you guys would like to accomplish something on your own PC, simply go to nasl.tv/p/go to my PC. Go to my PC allows you to access your PC remotely. And frankly, guys, we do a lot of work on your personal computers. You need to access some sort of file or access your PC. This is a great program to use. And if you need to access your PC, if you're traveling, such as traveling to the finals for the North American Star League in Long Beach, California, December 8th and 9th, make sure to pick up your tickets. nasl.tv/p/S4 finals. $60 for regular admission, $90 for premium admission with seats that are up close to the stage. I think you get a high five from me if you get a premium ticket, and $20 off if you use the LA Byte promo code. Why not? Why not finish out an incredibly successful year of esports and for StarCraft 2 than by attending the North American Star League Season 4 Finals?
Couldn't agree more, Clutch. I'm very excited for everything that we promote, but most importantly, the finals is going to be awesome. Guys, when we come back, game number 3 between Mana and Sortof. We'll find out if it's a 3-0 or will Mana have something to do to keep the season alive. The answer is right after this.